Good morning. Hold on a second. I got Yeah, I had 2 StreamYards open. I don't know how I did that. I don't know how I did that. Now y'all should be able to hear me because I got my headsets on. And y'all know how I feel about my headsets, but we're gonna put the headsets on until I learn how to work my mic better. And it's gonna take me some time because I'm gonna have to look at some YouTube videos. Okay, I don't got no tech guys laying around my house that I can just ask to help me set up my StreamYard so that my mics and headsets are working. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a DJ. So good morning, cutie pie. Baby back ribs. That sounds good. Natanya. Nicole SL. Yes, that's big back. Stoshma. That's a good question. I seen a live from him, Natanya, last night. I didn't even bother to even put him in the title of the video about him turning himself in because we'll know when it happens. Because if he don't turn himself in, he's gonna pretty much be back on social media, and we'll know within a few days. But common sense would tell him to do it. Good morning, Toy. Good morning, Jessica. Make sure y'all are hitting that like button on the way in. Hit the like button. Ooh, when I get off of here, I'm gonna make me some breakfast. I have a taste for an omelet with some bacon. I'm gonna chop up the bacon, cook it in the pan with some ground sausage and some onions and I got some raw mushrooms I don't want to go bad. I'm gonna cook those down and I'm gonna put it inside of an omelet after I get done, honey. Okay, honey. So, anyways, getting directly into it. That that's what I said. OMG, I caught a live. Hey, SL. Virgo. So do you get your notifications? Because it sounds like by you saying, "Oh my God, you caught a live," like you never catch my lives. And I try to schedule them hours before we go live. You said, "Okay, okay, I'm blocked or ignored." I thought it was just me because Latoya always see me. I get it now. You're not blocked. Because if you were blocked, you wouldn't be able to be up here. You know? So let's put this up just to protect things over here. So, child, let me tell you something. If Lashun didn't take that money, he sure got people thinking he took it. And I'm going to explain why. First and foremost, it really seemed like when he showed Shamar that money at the time when Shamar didn't get, hey, wait a minute, that was my money. It was too soon for him to pull out that money. And I hope that he never had a paper trail, Lashun didn't, of putting that money in the bank. Because I'm going to tell you like this. That's a large sum of money. Let me just say one thing before we begin. Please stop getting distracted over stuff that doesn't mean anything and causing mass confusion with your own thought process. Remember that alvo was the one that told us initially that he had $60,000. Okay? Shamar was going to baths houses. You know, money was counted, skimmed off the top, allegedly, when 𝗪𝗛𝗪 was still around. So what I'm trying to say to you is $5,000 really isn't a lot of money to take off the top, you know, as far as, you know, Shamar spending money here, there, everywhere. $5,000 is probably what Shamar had put a dent on that money. Of the 60,000, he put a dent of 5,000 of leisurely spending, bathhouse, weed, liquor, food, whatever Shamar likes to do in his spare time. That's probably where 5,000 of that 60,000 that he had allegedly in his safe went to. And Lashun allegedly took the 55,000 that was left in the safe. That's a no-brainer. That's nothing to get confused over. That's nothing to get to the point of, oh, this is not true because 𝗪𝗛𝗪 said $60,000 and Lashun only took $55,000. Let's not get into all that. That's just being extra with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that serious. The point that we're all trying to make is the money was taken. The keys were left in Lashun's car, allegedly. And we already, let's put a Y in the chat. We already knew if these two, 𝗪𝗧𝗧 and Lashun, got into it, he was going to let the cat out of the bag. 𝗪𝗧𝗧 was. We all know this. To me, he just confirmed what I already knew. Because I've been your age, you ain't never been mine. And the way Lashun acted last night and dragged Shamar to filth last night, Shamar, you better not turn back. Because, honey, that joker is not your friend. And what I don't also understand, if he has a corporate job where he gets paid every 2 weeks, why isn't Lashun at that job? Why is his new job, yet again, up here trying to fake it till we make it like he's Tommythegossip and trying to get his channel off the ground? How are you able to do that if you have a full-time job? They all lie. Lashun is in trouble because if the right person gets into Shamar's ear about this incident and they're able to band together and get the evidence, which would be camera footage, good camera footage, witnesses, and so forth and so on, Lashun is going to jail. Period, point blank. That's a serious crime that he committed. That was a robbery done in the daytime. Yes, it's a lesser charge if you rob somebody's house in the daytime versus at night. But still, it's a crime you don't want to get caught red-handed because you will be shipped up the river, honey, and you'll be right in jail. $55,000 is a federal offense. I think anything over $2,000 that you steal, put it in the chat. If in your state or if the law changed, if the amount is less or more, put it in the chat. But that's one thing I know is a federal offense. Lashun, I know you're probably in the bushes right alongside with the other girls. You better pay attention because you thought you was bigger than the program. And Lashun, only one you should be mad at is yourself. Because number one, you should have never pulled that money out. You did that to throw it up into Shamar's face, but you should have did that behind closed doors. But sometimes, in my opinion, when people are under the influence of drugs or alcohol, they make foolish decisions. That gorilla took Shamar's money. Yep. I mean, come on, it's a no-brainer. Why is he even behaving in this manner, Lashun? Have you ever thought of that? His behavior. Why would he go to the police station, Lashun? What was the reason for him to go to the police station? You know why he went to the police station? Because he panicked. And sometimes when we panic, we make decisions that don't look right. They don't make any sense because we're panicking. Our conscience is getting the best of us. And when you know, like the person who's blaming you knows that you did something wrong, you feel like everyone knows. He had a panic attack. He went bat-ish crazy. Why? Because he got exposed. Now, if I was him, he may have spent some of that money, but I would give that money back. Because if Shamar is in the right room with the right people and they're getting tired of being tired, they could perhaps get him some help and he can recover that money. That's just my opinion. Hey, Moreto. I want to know what made Messy in. Well, the reason why they fell out wasn't 𝗪𝗛𝗧𝗖𝗛's fault. Lashun just said he just decided one day, which was that day, to tell, 𝗪𝗛𝗧𝗖𝗛 he was using them for clout and he no longer needed his services. And so that's how that happened. I don't know if 𝗪𝗛𝗧𝗖𝗛 did something to him and he's not talking about it, and that's what made him cut 𝗪𝗛𝗧𝗖𝗛 off sooner than later. He just picked a fight with Shamar last night. Lashun did, calling him all kind of funky, talking about he don't brush his teeth or bathe. He said his teeth are discolored. He called Shamar everything but a child of God last night. If Shamar goes back to Lashun, that's on him. But if he goes back to him, it's only going to get worse. I feel like because this is social media and Lashun acted a fool publicly on social media and went on a rant, I really think that no one's going to take Shamar serious if he allows Lashun back in his life after he said all of what he said about Shamar last night. And those videos will be going out today, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A lot of editing has to go into these videos, but you're going to be surprised at what 𝗪𝗛𝗧𝗖𝗛 had to say, honey. He had a lot to say. Make sure y'all are hitting that like button on the way in. Hit the like button. Let me see how this audio is sounding right now. It should be good. He has a lot to say. Make sure y'all hitting that like button. Likes are welcome. Dislikes are welcome, actually. He had a lot to say, and I really think that we're going to get down to the bottom of what happened with that money. We're all on the same page, whether we like each other or not. We are all on the same page that Lashun, this is my opinion. I'm going to say this again. So don't run with the narrative that I'm going around saying he took the money and I know that for a fact. No, I'm saying in my opinion, and with all the evidence that has been shared, it's a no-brainer to me, in my opinion, that Lashun is the one that took that $55,000. That money that y'all seen him show Shamar in the camera is Shamar's money. Period, point blank. Nobody can convince me anything different. Even if you wanted to, you couldn't. You really couldn't. Okay, he's lying. It has become a norm for them. Yep, exactly, Jessica Griffin. The night it went missing. He was tracking Shamar and not only that, well, I'm gonna tell you something that Tommythegossip, he was on to. It made so much sense, and I agree with Tommy on this. It was like when he took that money, in my opinion, Lashun, it was like he wanted Shamar to be right there with him the whole time. He didn't want nobody else around Shamar at that time. Like he wanted to be hanging out with Shamar at all times, so nobody could influence Shamar. That Lashun took it so that Shamar would go to the left, maybe perhaps look into it more and get, compile up some evidence to bring down to the police station. He was taking them to amusement parks, cookouts, all kind of stuff. He would not let Shamar leave his sight. He was acting like he was being a support system to him, not knowing he was the problem. He's the person Shamar needed to get away from. I've been saying, put a Y in the chat. Lashun took that money. Lashun took that money. And Avery left and went back to New York because he knew I'm a stranger. It will be more believable that I came and brought my butt into town and stole Shamar's money before Lashun. And if Lashun's trying to cover himself, what is Lashun going to do? Exactly what he did do. And that was throw Avery under the bus and say Avery did it. Pay attention. Use critical thinking skills. You said in Georgia that is a federal. Yeah, it's a federal offense, right? Because it's over a certain amount of money he stole. He stole $55,000. That's way over. That's a federal offense all day. That's why he was acting bat-ish crazy. Lashun goes bat-ish crazy when he was exposed for that 55 of Shamar's missing money. Big trouble on a federal level. Lashun, you dropped the ball this time. What's going on? Was he caught with the money? Yeah, he was caught with the money. Not only was he caught, he got caught because he told on himself. Lashun did. You told on yourself by showing it. But see, that's what people do that are not used to having things. If I'm going to take a large amount of money like that from somebody, which that's not in my character to do something like that, because I can make that kind of money and more on my own. That's my mindset, because I'm a winner, not a loser. So I don't have a loser mindset. But I wouldn't show nobody nothing. And I definitely, most certainly wouldn't put it in no credit union or bank account. It's the drugs that, yep, exactly, Jessica. And I was saying that too. It says, hello, baby. Hey, Toby. Hey, I already said hi to you. Toby, I already said hi to you. I knew Lashun stole Shamar's money because it was no reason for Lashun to be asking Shamar his location when he knew Shamar was on his way to a booking. Exactly. So lovely. Lashun's going crazy. He couldn't stop moving and scratching. Let me ask you this question. Why would Lashun go to the police station? Answer that question. Why are you going to the police station, Ninja? Why? Why is Lashun going to the police station? Can anybody answer that question? What are you doing at the police station? That was him panicking. And the last place Lashun should be going to is the police station, because you might go to the police station and end up in cuffs, bro. Because nobody acts like you acted last night unless they took that money. And that's just how I feel. Lashun is an evil and he can't be trusted. Exactly. It says his timing of unfriending Messi and Shamar is obvious. Exactly. It's a no-brainer, okay? Hello, Ivan. It's a no-brainer. It says, let's get these likes up. Yes, let's get them up. Let's get them up. It says, Lashun. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Virgo, Simon, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you. Put a Y in the chat if the audio is better on this live. I am back to my headset. I will use my mic for other projects that it certainly does work with, but I think that I need to just use my headsets. I'm just gonna keep it simple. It says Lashun also said nobody can serve him no papers or nothing because they don't know where he stays. I heard allegedly he's supposed to be going to Florida. I don't know how true that is. He's supposed to be going to Florida the last time. Lashun also said nobody can serve him no papers. I already read that. When people are cocky and careless, they do stuff like that. Anything over 5,000 is grand larceny. Well, this is over 5,000. It's more like 55,000. 5,000 short from 60,000. Because obviously, if it's 55,000 that Lashun took, that's because Shamar was spending money. Remember all those black trucks and stuff he was taking? That stuff costs money. It adds up. He needs to be arrested and charged with a felony. Exactly. Exactly. Says Lashun was high, just talking. He dragged Shamar and he said he's coming in my house. I knew he went every. See, and we're not gonna blame him being high. Because I feel like when somebody's under the influence of drugs and alcohol, the truth comes out. Whether we want to accept it for what it is or not, the truth comes out. People tell the truth when they're high up and drunk. And Lashun got mad because he got called out and he told the truth. He kept Shamar's real close to him. Yep, he sure did. They were going to amusement park, cookouts, all kind of stuff after that incident happened. Yep, he was being real nice to Shamar. He didn't want nobody to get next to Shamar, putting his head. Lashun took your money. They would have got Shamar by himself, and they would have been like, Shamar, who was around you when you lost your keys? And also, who was around you when you lost your money? And the only two people he could say beside himself that was around him was Avery and Lashun. Poison, exactly. Now he is bringing this new lady around Shamar. She's eager to help. Yes, did you peep it? The lady who moved. What state did she move from to Atlanta, Georgia? I said to myself, my, that seems like to be a super fan. She's trying to give him her moving boxes because she just moved to Atlanta, Georgia, and so-called knows Lashun and willing to help him move. Something's kind of fishy about that. And it's like Lashun's trying to pawn her off on Shamar. You said he tried to. I didn't believe Avery took that money. He asked him, Shamar, where's Avery? Was Shamar put the camera on Avery and said he's asleep. And Lashun said he looks like he's robbing you in his sleep. That was his conscience speaking. Little do we know it was Lashun. Y'all remember Avery said Shamar left his keys at Lashun's house. Yep. That's why I'm bringing up the keys. The first thing somebody's going to say, if Avery is saying that he left the keys at Lashun's house, anybody that's his friend or associate that knows him just as long as Lashun knows him, they're going to say, Shamar, where was the last place you left your keys? For somebody to take your keys, open the door because there's no broken entry and entering, not a break-in or entering. So who had your keys? Where did you lose them at? In Lashun's car or house or wherever? Who was you around, Shamar, when you're safe and your money came up missing? Lashun and Avery. Process of elimination. Elimination. Messy Dog wanted some of that money that Lashun got greedy and didn't give him nothing. That's just my opinion. That made sense too, Rita, and I thought about that too. But I stopped talking about the situation because I could have went on and on and on about it. Because I said, my audience don't want to keep hearing this. Avery said Lashun took them to... Hey, LaTanya, how are you? Yeah, it's crazy. It says Avery said they went to the store and Shamar was looking for his keys. He thought he lost them in the store. Lashun had them keys the whole time. Yep. He had them keys the whole time. Yep. And went to that house and took that safe and got that money. And that's period. You said, let's hold court on Twitch. No. I don't even have a Twitch account. Hello, Bonita. Hey, Chef Sky. Hey, Tamika. Hey, Legally Bomb. Legally Bomb. It says Lashun was keeping Shamar close because he needed those charges dropped. Right. But see, there was really no charges because what Lashun don't know is that by him having the keys, when the police came to the house, they refused to do a police report because there was no fourth entry. Somebody had to have known Shamar, or Shamar had to have given the keys, is what it looked like, for them to go into his home and take that amount of money from him. And the cops probably looked at it like this. Who knows? Somebody could have talked Shamar into doing an insurance job or something. Who knows? Or at least made him think that that's what was going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? To recover this money. Lashun Ingram is disabled. Oh, so he doesn't work? He probably gets a disability check too, Black Girl Holmes. A drunken person always speaks a sober mind all the time. All the time. It's sad. It's really sad. But the way he's acting right now, Lashun don't sound like an innocent person in this game. You know, he's to me, he's a demon. You see how he set up shop and had one of his friends posting out of the emergency room like I was selling juices online. I still got knuckleheads asking me about, do I sell juices? When I clearly said I don't make juices. That's not how I get my hustle, my money. This is one of my income streams on how I get my money. Not sitting in no kitchen doing no juice, and I don't want to have to do it for me, but I know the health benefits from it. But he sat up there, had somebody post it up front in the emergency room saying I poisoned somebody's juice. So how do you bring anything past somebody that goes to that extent? Let's make it make sense. Then did you put a Y in the chat if you heard him talking about a lot of times when you used to see Shamar flashing money, that was my money he was flashing to y'all. And you know what's so crazy? Shamar knows for a fact Lashun took his money. Because I believe that's a lie. Lashun talking about when Shamar used to flash his money, it used to be his money. He was Lashun's money he was flashing. Talking about, past tense. I know Shamar's like in his head, even though he probably doesn't make things out like we do, he's probably saying, why would he lie and say that? Why would he lie and say that any money that I've ever flashed was Lashun's money and not my money? Why would I be in my own house, minding my own business? Somebody triggers me, and I get online and show people my money. Why is Lashun saying it's his money? I'm telling you. Just by him hearing that, Lashun told on himself to Shamar. We all ought to know he don't want Shamar to stay with him until he gets his place, please. Yeah, right. Please. Oh, Ohio in the building. He said he was high. No. Things that make you go, guys. We got to start using critical thinking skills. Let's try to get them likes up to 100. Let's try to get them likes up to 100. Oh, let me see something, guys. Yeah, but Lashun, oh yeah, he's old child. He's trying to be like Tommythegossip so bad. I seen it yesterday. I said, look, day before yesterday when he was on his YouTube channel, I said, this boy is trying to be like Tommythegossip so bad. He can't stand Tommythegossip, but he want to be like Tommythegossip so bad. That is sickening. That is sickening. But hey, it is what it is. Cleveland in the building. Welcome, welcome. They took his Instagram down. Wait a minute. Who took what down? Wait a minute. Whose they took his Instagram down? Whose Instagram down? Now you got me going over there looking on Instagram to see who you talking about. It's probably Lashun's Instagram. Yeah, because Big Marcos is here. That's crazy. If you're talking about they took Lashun's Instagram down, it's probably he took it down. She even says she would help him. Right. That lady's just as fake as Lashun. Don't know Shamar from a can of paint. And never even met him in the flesh and willing to help him move. And supposed to be Lashun's friend. That right there is something ain't right. It says Lashun showed no value being a friend to Shamar. When Shamar could use some help, Lashun had excuses, everything. Yep. You know why? Because he had no intentions to helping Lashun. I mean Shamar. Lashun didn't. He had no intentions. Just like Lashun tried to say Avery and Seven took them. Yeah. And then I think Seven was in his live yesterday, and he got it. I have it all down there. But anyways, he was trying to get her to come up. And we only know 1-7. I said to myself, how are you going to try to get this lady to come up? And you was throwing this lady all underneath the bus right alongside with Avery, saying that they took that money. That woman is from Cleveland, Ohio. Right. All the way down here in Atlanta, Georgia. It says that's what he's doing, trying to keep Shamar in the loop to come back at him. Yep. Camera work during this time. Good question, Chef Sky. Right, to get the new location. Exactly. Exactly. Ain't that something? To try to get the new location. That boy's a trip, because it should be on the file of Shamar's rental office that he went and got a new key made. Right. I'm great, and you? That's good, sis, that you're doing good. He tried this crap with SL. Yeah, man, with the juices. He just lied on me. Had somebody post up outside the emergency room, and I think the person who was posted up outside the emergency room, they're transgender. They must take hormones. So they were trying to make, he was trying to make it seem like that person got, not only did I poison the person that bought juices from me, but they were messing with my husband. And then Lashun said he was messing with my husband. I said, boy, if you don't get your sweet bone behind, sugar in the tank behind out of here, I know something. Shamar should have never trusted someone. But you know what? Let me say this to you. Every time I seen Shamar showing on public that money, putting it to his ear like it was a phone, I kept saying something is going to end really bad. Something's about to end really bad. I couldn't put my finger on it, but something was going to end really bad. It's crazy. And sure enough, it happened. Oh, SL Twitch is Lashun's new name. Oh, okay. His ring camera didn't catch the left side of the apartment door, so walking against the wall and duck at the right time, the camera couldn't catch them. Oh, wow. And that's probably another reason why he was hanging around Shamar, because he was trying to stake out the scene and figure out how he was going to get that money from Shamar. And he did. Shamar had charges on Lashun for him busting out Shamar's window. Then the charge. Yeah, because, you know, Shamar didn't probably do his due diligence. I don't know, guys. But listen, guys, I ain't staying on here too long. I just wanted to do my little per usual coming on, updating you guys. The reason why I'm not staying on long is because I got so much recorded footage of Lashun last night acting a fool. I don't even have and Messy Doll. Messy Doll said an earful, honey. I had recorded Messy Doll from the beginning when he was on live. So when he first went on live, I caught him right then and there. And I just let him, I recorded everything he said, Messy Doll. So I'm gonna get off so I can edit this stuff and be able to have it out, the first one at least, for premiere video by 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure your notification bell's on option off so you can catch these videos that are going to be coming out around 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's gonna be a couple of videos, 2 or 3 videos of premiere videos. It's a lot of content. Okay, guys. So make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out. Hit the like button. Okay? Dislikes are welcome, but hit the like button. Hit something. All right. I love y'all. And I will be back on tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love y'all. Stay blessed, and I'm out. Bye for now. Mwah.